Injuries, Anthony Richardson at quarterback. That's the only one we're kind of waiting on right now. And he said he's not confident or he's not sure that he'll be able to play. There's a few quarterbacks I love this week, though. And up top, you kind of had the pick of the litter. You have Josh Allen against Houston. That team does not look very good right now. You have Lamar Jackson against the Bengals. That game has a 51-point total. CJ Stroud against Buffalo on the other side. I think there are, and we'll get to a mid-range guy that I love, but there's no real limitations up top if you wanted to pay.
I'm planning to pay. I don't really, last week was more pay down, but here you've got elite quarterbacks and elite spots. Don't want to mess around with this. So if I had to pay for any of them, it would be Josh Allen. You know, coming off a no-show, I did like Baltimore in that game, so I'll take a minor victory lap, but I think they'll be much better. Obviously, they'll be indoors here. Ironically, you know, he's taking care of the ball, which I don't love, but he's still, it's just such a high-powered offense. He will run when he needs to. If that game was closer, we would have seen some different output. So pricing to me is still soft enough. Give me Josh Allen. Keep it very simple.
Okay. You know, I wanted to say Lamar, but this might just be a spot where Derrick Henry runs for 200 yards again.
Yeah, I mean, Lamar, they can coexist. They coexisted at night, but Lamar he only ran 6 times, and that was a product of Derrick Henry.
I really like Stroud here, too. I mean, this game, you could see this game go nuclear.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great game.
I think it's got to be Allen for me, too. But I really don't have any issue with any of those 3 guys up top.
Neither do I, but I would order them in the order that they're in.
Have you looked at spreads for week 5 yet?
I looked at it briefly this morning just because I was just, you know, doing my due diligence, but not in depthly. Why?
Did you see the Commanders yet? Spread? I don't want you to look. I don't want you to look. I want you to guess what the spread is on that game against Cleveland in Washington.
I'd say the Commanders are 2-point favorite.
2.
That's what I just said.
Okay. It's 3.5, but
okay.
So, but this is your line of thinking that you're not fully buying into this and they're facing. Okay. Definitely. Neither am I. And I was looking Cleveland money line in this game. Honestly, it was the first thing I started looking at, hoping I'd get a little bit better value. The Commanders have and look, take nothing away from Jaden Daniels in this. They look great. Okay. They really do. But you face the Giants, you face the Cardinals, and you face the Bengals defenses. I'm not going to Jaden Daniels here.
Neither am I. He's been unbelievable. I mean, what's there to say? He's been unbelievable. I don't love this spot, and his price continues to rise as it should.
I just don't know how you get away from Jordan Love this week.
I mean, Jordan Love had like just a perfect fantasy game. Perfect. He had 3
behind early.
Yeah, fell behind early. 3 interceptions. He threw the ball 54 times. He wasn't even that good. He was just all over the place. He made some incredible plays, a lot of mistakes, and they lost the game. But yeah, I think you can absolutely go to him, and I think you can absolutely, I'm not a big Brock Purdy guy, but Purdy at 62, if for some reason they have to throw the ball, he'll be very effective against Arizona's just not good again.
They're not. And well, I don't know, man. There's 3 guys, there's 2 guys in this range that I'm willing to, and you mentioned one of them. Brock Purdy and Jordan Love. That Rams defense is bad. Okay. They're not good. And obviously they were okay against the Bears, but Caleb Williams has not exactly, been great to start the season. So I don't take much away from that. There is one more guy though. And I'm wondering if he's the one that gets way less ownership than everybody else. You must know who it is.
What range are we talking about?
6K range.
No, I don't. I mean, what, Burrow?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really like that.
Tell me why.
Just well, again, let me put the caveat out. I don't think he's going to be significantly lower owned than the guys right next to him, and I like them better. If he is, that would change the equation because He's still Joe Burrow. He's actually having a nice season. They're a mess, but he's had 3 straight really effective games. He's thrown the ball 36, 38, and 31 times in those games. He's thrown 29 or more passes in all 4. Should be busy against Baltimore. It's not a good matchup. I would rather pay $100 for Love, though, or $200 less for Purdy if the ownership's in the same neighborhood.
Is it a bad matchup?
Yeah, I don't. I still respect Baltimore.
Okay.
Not even in the sense of a bad matchup that they are some vaunted super defense. They run the ball at one of the highest clips in the league. They drain possession. If they're able to run with Derrick Henry and Lamar, you just simply don't have as much opportunities for the other offense.
I understand that, but I mean, it's also one of these spots where the Bengals defense is so bad, you might just get a Jordan Love type game out of Burrow. This game has a 51-point total, 24-point implied total for the Bengals. All I'm saying is I don't want to sleep on Joe Burrow when this could be another situation where their only shot of staying competitive is passing in this game. And Baltimore, while I agree, look, it's not like this is a bad defense at all. They've only allowed 4 passing touchdowns on the season so far, but they've allowed 20 completions of 20 plus yards. That's the most in the entire league. So the downfield ball has actually been there a little bit for them. They're allowing 7.6 yards per attempt. If this turns into a shootout, Burrow might just throw a lot because you can't run on Baltimore well at all.
It's definitely possible. I actually kind of like the under in the game.
I do too. 51 is
So
just really high.
that's a lot. And I don't think the game always plays out like you're talking about there.
Me neither, but I'm saying if it does.
100%. You always need, everything is about range of outcomes with this stuff.
Give me Jordan Love here.
Give me Brock Purdy.
Okay, I like it. And I would throw Burrow in as like hey, this could be the one you end up needing. Low tier. Geno looked good yesterday. I thought Geno looked great in that game against a good pass rush too. I thought he looked really, really good against Detroit, even though they lost. The defense couldn't stop him.
56 attempts too. I mean, super
Did
volume.
he attempt 56 passes?
He did.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, it was such a weird game because it was like, oh my God, Geno's smashing. Goff attempted literally like 1/3, 1/4 of the passes, and he was just as effective because he caught a touchdown.
Yeah. But there were other spots where, because people would be like, Geno wasn't that good. Okay. What about the one on 4th and 3 to JSN? It's a perfect ball. What was it on? It's the perfect ball. And then Tyler Lockett just decides to run into the defenders instead of running his route. That pulled it back. And then Detroit goes down the field and scores. For all you know, that's a 14-point swing right there. And then DK Metcalf had one that could have been caught. All I'm saying is I thought Geno played well. He's got the Giants this week. I don't love it. I think this is probably a lower scoring game. You have Caleb Williams at 5,800 against Carolina. Again, he has just not looked great. You might have Joe Flacco at 5,500. Deshaun Watson's got the Commanders. Even against Washington, I don't think I can do it. Trevor Lawrence might be my guy this week, and I think he is.
That's the answer. Obviously, I played Trevor Lawrence.
I was slow playing that one for you.
Played Trevor Lawrence last week, and it went how you thought it would. It's Trevor Lawrence. 2.5 point, 3-point favorite at home. What could you ask for? It's a healthy total. Price is in the gutter. He's got good receivers. Now, there's a slight caveat there. They might be it for the whole team. Full implosion could occur, but sub 6K, Trevor Lawrence is my guy.
Me too. He's my top guy in the mid-range. Or sorry, in the low tier. What about Flacco if Richardson sits?
No.
Really?
No. Yeah,
okay.
no for me.
Okay, hold on. If you say no here, you're nuts. What about Pittman?
Yeah, I could do that, but it would probably be not that we're seeing more and more run backs are not a thing, but you could run him back to a Lawrence stack or just have Pittman. Because I think there's a certain chance that they just lock on to him. So I'm fine with that.
I'm fine with either. Yeah. But Pittman Say what you want. I would rather have Joe Flacco for Pittman than I would Anthony Richardson.
Oh
Like
yeah, so
just
would I. So would
hands
I.
down. Yeah. Flacco doesn't run. He
I
has to
know.
throw the ball.
That's why I don't want him.
And Pittman had by far his best game of the season with Flacco against Pittsburgh, no less. It's a good defense. I'd go to Pittman for sure. Are we both going Trevor Lawrence here?
Yeah.
Talk about running backs. And by the way, guys, you saw the post contest sim earlier in the show. If you want to check out any of our tools, I say this every time. Like even if you're just, you're in the market for tools, for better tools, for any tools, but you're not sure yet. One link takes you to everything you need. It's no longer a bunch of links. Jordan has it up on the screen right now. Pull that up on the screen and you'll see it monthly or weekly. You can toggle from monthly to weekly, any price point you're looking for, whether you're a casual player or you're someone taking it seriously, or you're just someone that's like a dedicated player that wants the best tools but doesn't want to pay the highest price. The core package has everything, including the actual sims in it as well, with this late swap simulator and all of that stuff. Also, post contest simulator on top of that. That tool is just so much more valuable than you could imagine. And you're getting that in the light package and the core and the max. So there's a lot there. Like the essentials package is really the lineup generator, and then pick six, underdog, prize picks, and premium Discord. You get Discord with all of that. But once you move up, like light, you're getting the projections, ownership, single lineup simulator, and the post contest sim. Go up a little bit from that if you wanted everything. Then you've got like literally everything: boom bust tool, top stacks, all of our stat projections, late swap simulator, you name it, contest generator sims. And the only difference, Ben, with the core and max is 10,000 lineups instead of 1,000 for the contest generator and sims.
Yeah. Again, we wanted to make it dynamic so you could find, there's nothing worse when it's like, oh, I really want 60% of this, but I genuinely don't want the other 40%, like, and I have to pay for it. Now it's not the case. You're going to get exactly what you want, nothing more, nothing less. And that's always been the goal. And yeah, the post contest sim, I think we do have some. It's like one of the more self-explanatory tools, though, honestly. Like very simple. You really just go in and it shows you the results. And you can poke around. I use it every week, and it's very simple. There's no like calculations.
No, nothing. It's just you're figuring out what's working this year and what isn't.
Yeah, it just shows you the results of what actually happened and what the sim ROIs were as well.
Yeah, and you can see some of these with like massive negatively simmed ROI. I'm not saying you're getting lucky, but according to the tools, it's not a lineup you'd want to play every week.
Yeah. And I think it helps paint the picture of what the truth is, which is variance is extreme. You see in the majority of contests, the number one simmed ROI will lose 100% on that lineup. You most likely won't cash still.
Right.
But over time, sometimes the dots connect. And when you have a good lineup, you have a slightly higher chance to have that, to get lucky.
100%.